Alright, what is up boys and girls, welcome back to another video. As always, thank you very much for joining me, Crypto Maximalist, taking a look at Vchain here on the daily time frame. Please do like and subscribe, also leave a comment down below, really helps out the channel. And with that being said, we are just going to take a quick look at the charts here for Vchain today on the daily time frame. You can see here quite clearly that Vchain has been consolidating for a long time really, ever since we came down to this low here. Around almost a year ago now, which is amazing to think, isn't it? After this overextension, we had this little consolidation like this, didn't we? And then we got this overextension to the downside, scaring a lot of people down to around that 1.5, 1.6 cent area of support, which I did think would be a big, obviously that's a psychological key level, but also this big area of structure here where we did form in the previous market, before the previous bull market and the previous bear market, just before we started to lift off into the bull market. Around, what was it, the December 2020. God, that's, I can't believe how long ago that was. But you can see here quite clearly that Vchain obviously had a massive bull market, huge bear market, and we've just formed this big huge range, with the high being formed at around 3.2 3.3 cents there, and this low at around 1.5 cents, big psychological support. And really anywhere between 1 and 2 cents, I've been saying for a long time, I did think this would be a huge area of support where people would be accumulating and buying for Vchain for the long term. And you can see we've been bouncing in these areas, recently broken out of this resistance that we've seen all year, this descending resistance of this wedge. You can see we came into this wedge like this. We obviously got the deviation to the low, resistance again, deviation to the low, but bouncing at that 1.5 cent level. We couldn't make any more ground to the downside. Obviously, looking like we're, potentially looking at some bullish divergences there if we did come down and close below. But you can see here, finally broke the resistance, came down and back tested, and then we ran up to this key 1.9 cent resistance, which was this previous area where we swung down to when we lost support of this range here. And then, as you can see, an overextension again, coming up and taking out some of the liquidity on the high side of all of these swing highs here, which is interesting. You can see obviously getting quite overextended on the RSI, but cooling off and back testing this previous swing high that's now been broken and is being retested as support. Interesting indeed to see that being the case for Vchain after being battered down for so long in these areas and not really gaining any ground at all this year, apart from the start of the year where we did see that rally for most altcoins. But as I said before, now we're sitting pretty much bang in the middle of the range for Vchain. The RSI is pretty much reset and we're in a little bit of an uptrend here, so I'd probably expect that you'd head up, and at least now that we've taken out this level here, to come and test the next level, which is pretty much at that 0.23 Fibonacci level at around 2.6, 2.7 cents here, which would be a nice little run up from around the 2.1 cent level that we're at now. And overall, I'd say really we should be testing the top of this range again if we do see altcoins continue to move. Bitcoin right now looking quite toppy, but I do think it could probably move even more to the upside towards 40k or so. Or if it starts to go sideways, you know what happens then. Altcoins do start to move as people get bored. And you could see, I could see quite easily Vchain here having a little bit of a back test and just continuing this trend up at least to that 0.23 at 2.7 cents, or maybe the top of the range at around 3.2 cents. We really do need to see Vchain starting to get up towards its bear market resistance, because it's not even retested it at all since the bull market. You can see here we formed this resistance here that's not even been retested yet. So Vchain underperforming compared to a lot of cryptos that we have seen in the market, but I do think overall Vchain is looking pretty good in my opinion. And I would say long term this thing is probably going to do very well indeed. We just need to see it starting to move and make some headway now that we've essentially got a little more of a bounce at this low yet again. I would predict that probably we'd see Vchain heading up towards the top of the range fairly soon. That would be the most likely outcome in my opinion. And obviously we do need to see it heading up towards that 4 cent-ish level, which would be close to that next Fibonacci level and the bear market resistance. It needs to be at least testing this soon, because we don't want to see it starting to fizzle out into insignificance with a lack of volume and interest. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. I do think it will come good in the end, but right now just underperforming. Needs a little kick up the backside. But that is it for today, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and also join the free Discord in the description. First link in the description. Go down there and join up. I'm restarting the Discord now that we're heading into the new bull market. Obviously everyone left, which is fair enough considering the bear market was horrific this time around. But I do think that joining up will be beneficial for you. And if you do want to support the channel and get a bit more insight, you can basically join up as a YouTube member, and you'll get access to the private part of the Discord where I'll be hanging out personally. You can get access to me and also some of my insights into the market. So if that interests you, go ahead, sign up, and definitely sign up for free down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.